So quiet.
So we
If
can hear
everyone
you.
could please mute their phones, we'll take questions from the phones at the end. The senator is about to start.
We can't hear what's going on there.
All right, I will redial back in.
Is this thing on?
Sorry. You have a voice, Senator Brown. You're going to decide,
It's
right?
only about an hour.
There's Connie. She's standing over there.
Yeah, Connie's here just in case she needs to.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
How y'all doing? Any of you get rest? You sleep? Any of you sleep much?
No.
Montana, North Dakota still not decided? Is that what you hear?
They decided Montana.
Montana, down Chester won?
Tester
Not
has
to
to
get excited or anything, but does Tester look like Montana or what? I mean, he fits so well to that state.
Please enter your 6-digit code.
Yeah, High Camp's still ahead, but last couple
Welcome to free
of
conference calling.
she's likely to win?
You are the
I'm
host.
not clear.
Projections probably.
We will now connect you to your call.
She's an example of such a nice person that fits the personality of the state. Tester is too. I think that's a state that small. It's like running in Franklin County in
All right,
population.
folks, if you're on the phone, can you please put your phones on mute? We're going to get started.
Thank you all. Special thanks to my wife Connie for so many things in this race. It was, it was a long. In no way am I whining because I love what I do, and I'm blessed and privileged to get the opportunity to represent this great state in the United States Senate. But on just long days, and she was always there in her steadfastness as she kept her focus, also on her writing and her work. And then last night, she was obviously called into duty in a way that none of us expected. And my voice really was fine the whole election until they called the vote. And my daughter Liz was standing next to me, and she jumped higher than I'd ever seen her. About 9:32, and Rachel Maddow called Ohio, and I started screaming, and I lost my voice for an hour and a half. It was an hour and a half anyway. That's neither here nor there to anybody. Thank you for joining us. I think this election proved that Ohioans can't be bought, that $40 million in outside spending, we assume mostly from Wall Street, banks, and oil companies, and companies that outsource, special interest groups outside the state that don't much like my voting record and my behavior every day in the Senate of standing up, my record of standing up for the middle class. And ultimately, this race clearly was about that. The $40 million did not distract people and did not detract from our message always of how do you stand up for the middle class? How do you provide kids in this state opportunity to go to school? How do you provide jobs when they graduate? How do you stand up to China on currency? The importance of the auto rescue, that the auto rescue isn't just about the two big assembly or the two Chrysler GM assembly plants in Toledo and Youngstown, or the Ford in Avon Lake, or the Honda in Marysville. It's about the whole supply chain, from the waitress across the street, from the steel mill to the plastics manufacturer in Akron that makes pieces for the Chevy Cruze. And I think the voters got that. My pledge 6 years ago was to stand up for the middle class. I think it's why I won in 2006. It's why about the only statement that you could understand last night before my voice got really bad at the beginning was, again, that I stood up for the middle class, and I think the voters responded to that. So that's my commitment the next 6 years, and will continue to be what drives me every day in Washington and every day during our roundtables and listening sessions and conversations in every corner of Ohio. So I'll stop there. Questions?
Senator.